video popping on just around 7. So YouTube can let you know I gone live, and that gives me a chance to check my settings and make sure everything looks great. I hope you've had a great day here in Southwest Ontario. It is another hot and steamy day. It's actually kind of crazy how felt like summer was kind of over. We were heading into fall, and yeah, now we are back to like full on summer mode. It's actually supposed to be 35 here tomorrow with humidity, which is crazy. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready for fall weather. I'm ready for yeah, I'm ready. It's so hot right now. It just makes you, especially when you had a little bit of a tease of like a nice cool fall days, and you going back to like putting on your air conditioning and doing all that stuff. Yeah, just not fun. All right, so welcome to the Stamp with Ann community. My name is Ann Granger, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 19 years, and I have to tell you that my journey has gone through the seasons of life. When I first joined with Stampin' Up, I joined for the discount. I joined because I love their products, and I always say you never know what path an opportunity is going to take you, so never say no and never close a door. And guess what? We have, I now have a team. I've been doing it for 19 years, and I love every moment of it. My favorite thing, honestly, is like sharing my creativity with you. I work outside, and this is not like, I'm just trying to find my camera view here. I want to make sure that I'm straight and not crooked, because that would drive me crazy if I was looking at something crooked. So hello, Donna. Donna, can you let me know if my screen looks good or if I have to tilt it some way? Maybe down a bit. So to me, this is my happy place, aka my stamp studio. You will find me in here majority of the nights, and a lot of time on the weekend. Once all my chores are done, my things I need to do, then guess what? I literally come in here and escape life. I love it. It's just one of those things that I love to do. I'm just gonna like pull it out a little bit because I want to make sure you guys can see the whole screen here. Okay. So I like to escape. I come in here and I escape, and I come in here and create. I listen to music. That is my way of de-stressing. I truly believe that everybody has to have something that helps de-stress them, relaxes them, calm them down, and they can escape life for. So, as you might know, I have been doing Facebook Live videos for the last year and a bit, doing two a week, and I've switched over to YouTube. So I'm really excited to be on this platform and bring my creativity to you guys. So each week I pick a product of the week, and then I go live on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I bring you a scrapbook page, and then I go live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I bring you a card class to go. This week we are featuring the Gathering Moments bundle and the gorgeous Gathering Together Designer Series paper. As I said to you, I am ready for fall. I am ready for cooler weather. I am ready for all those pumpkin desserts and apple desserts. I'm like, the leaves are changing here, but I'm ready for those vibrant leaves to come out that we will see in the next few weeks. So as soon as I saw this product, I was like, I have to share with you guys because I absolutely love it. And I'm so glad I did. So tonight I'm going to be showing you how to make these 4 cards. I'm going to be showing you all the products in this Gathering Moments suite. Your screen is a bit low. What do you mean a bit low? I need to bring it out a bit. Let's try that. You tell me and I'll fix it. Or maybe too high. Do you mean like I need to zoom in more or I need to zoom out? Dawn, I think that's what ooh, that might be good. Anyways, I bring you, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to show you. So the Gathering Moments bundle and the gorgeous Gathering Together specialty paper is actually part of the Gathering Together suite, and I'm going to dive in and show you that suite. So let's get started. So as I said, these are the 4 cards we're making tonight. I'm going to show you step by step. If you were to place an order in my online store or email me your order before Sunday at midnight, I will send you the supplies to make all these 4 cards. Now, the only thing I can't do for you is stamp your images. You would have to do that yourself. So you're definitely going to want to add this stamp set to your collection. All right, let's dive in and show you all the products, and then I'm going to show you where you can find it. So, as I said, we are featuring a Gathering Moments bundle, which is beautiful. It is a cling stamp, which means it's red rubber. Beautiful, and it's also a distinct ink, which means the details on the stamps are really a little bit more deepened in the grooves to help you have a better, more depth in your stamped image, and I'll show you that. Great sayings, many thanks, thankful for you, your friendship means the world to me, expressing heartfelt expressing heartfelt gratitude, and gather. Let me tell you, it's been a day. Your screen is down a little bit low. It could be up a lit. So is this a better screen now, Donna? Just let me know. I think you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure. So it's a beautiful set, and then it comes with these coordinating dies, and this die here is almost 5 inches. It's a big die. I forget how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 images, or 11 dies in this stamp set. Oh my God, let me take 2 minutes to collect my breath. There's 11 dies in this die set, and the neat thing about this is you can cut out and then stitch, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Now, I didn't stitch because we would be here all night, but I have to tell you how trendy this is. I was in HomeSense on the weekend, and I was checking out their fall stuff, and I saw these like material leaves, and I thought, ooh, I really like the color, and when I picked it up, I saw that they were stitched, and I was like, wow, Stampin' Up is on trend. Like, that is pretty cool. So that's the Gathering Moments bundle. Here is the gorgeous Gathering Together Specialty Designer Series paper. And what do I mean by specialty? I mean that it has a hint of like some type of foil in it. This one has champagne color in it. So you can kind of see it as it's in this pattern, in this, and here, and then these 3 patterns, which are really, really nice. So here is the ordering number, and the cost here in Canada is $23. It's 12 by 12. You get 6 sheets, and it 6 patterns, 2 of each for 12 sheets. So that is that, which is really, really nice. Next in this pattern is this gorgeous embossing folder. It's called Gathering Leaves, and it's a 6 by 8, which is really, really nice. It's meant for embossing, and my favorite way to use this is, I'm actually going to show you later, is to emboss it with our 2-tone paper and then give it a little bit of a sand, because I really like how that core color comes through. So that core color is white. Hold on here. My puppy is trying to attack my thing here. So you can see it's a really nice, I love how you can show the white. So with our 2-tone cardstock, you either crumple it, or you can tear it, or you can sand it. And my favorite way is sanding it. I really do like that look. All right, so this is the embossing folder. We're actually going to use that tonight. Also in this sweet collection is Old Olive and Early Espresso twine. I love Baker twine. It's one of my favorite things. I love how easy it is to create a bow. You can do some fun things with it. So these are gorgeous colors. You're definitely going to want to stock up on these. And then it comes with these cute Cajun Craze and Gold Dots adhesives, and you actually get 180 of them. So that is pretty nice too. And we're going to show you those tonight too. So as I said, so I'm highlighting the product of the week. So I'm just going to bring this up so you can see it. Here is the Gathering Moments bundle. So whether you are a customer or a demonstrator, I hope I inspire you this week with these projects. The Gathering Moments bundle is the price right here and the Canadian number, and there's the paper, and that can just shows you what those look like. So that's kind of good. Let me just bring it down here a bit. This is really only my 4th time going live on YouTube, so it's a tweak thing. I gotta just get used to it. I gotta find the right spot for my camera, so please bear with me. I promise each week as we go, we will tweak and make it better. Eventually I will go to a streaming service, so I'm excited about that. All right, so these products are actually part of our online exclusive release. What do I mean by that? I mean that Stampin' Up! Can't fit everything into our catalogs, because if it did, if we did, then obviously, I think I know what you mean. You want to bring it up a little bit. Obviously, if we had that, we would not be able to hold everything in our catalogs. It takes 2 years to put product in the catalogs. So this is Stampin' Up's way of like moving product in and moving product out based on, oh, now I'm too much. Sorry guys, I'm really just trying to figure out this screen setting. I wish I could leave my camera set up on a table, but in my room I don't have that space. I use it on my table. So online exclusives is here, and this is the September release. So these are the products that just came out in September. And right now, this is what we are showcasing. So I think I need to come maybe a bit this way, I think is what I need to do. And I think I need to go down a bit. I think it's too much out, maybe there. So this is our September online exclusive release, and here's where you're gonna find the Gathering Together suite. You can do a one shop right there and order all of it at once, or you can buy the individual products in which you prefer to purchase. Sometimes I like buying it all one shop because it's nice and easy. All right, let's dive into some crafting. So this week I kind of wanted to show you a variety of cards. Fall is my favorite time of season, and I absolutely love crafting for fall. I don't know about it. It's the colors, it's the paper, it's everything. So when you place an order with me this week, as I said, you will get this class to go for free as my way of saying thank you. But you will also get a PDF with all the instructions, supplies, pictures, and then I will send you the link to this video. So it's like we're crafting together. We are using basic beige tonight. This is one of the colors that was in this is one of the colors that was in the Designer Series paper pack. So when I create my cards, I always pick my pattern paper first. So first I pick what product I'm going to use, then I pick pattern paper, and then I try to go to, oh, I see what I mean. Then I try to go with, okay, what colors coordinate with that? So this is why we're going with that. I have a piece of Cajun Craze. It is our two-tone cardstock. So our two-tone cardstock is 12 by 12 cardstock, and it's meant for crumbling, shading, crumbling, tearing, sanding, and there's a light side and a dark side. We're going to use the dark side, and we're going to just put it down. Oh, and I forgot to grab a couple things, and I should grab them in a minute. Okay, I see here for a minute. I feel like I'm crooked, so give me a minute to look through here. I think I moved my thing. Sorry about that. Like I said, I think I need to mark my table where I have my grid sheet every day. Maybe we'll just adjust it once I see that camera. I think we're a few minutes lag behind, but we'll get there. Okay, so we put that down. I have 4 strips of that Designer Series paper. Look at that paper. Isn't that paper gorgeous? That is the one side, so that's the side with it. And then there is the other side. I really, really like this. So let's go ahead and put this down. Now, I think we're going to just here because I feel like, so see, I need to, well, I guess we could match it up. We don't have to match it up, but if we wanted it to look the same, but it doesn't really matter. All right, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Holy moly. Give me today, it's been a day today. I don't know what was in the water at our school. It was crazy down. Hold on, sneeze. All right. I feel like I should have caught my breath before I hopped on. I've also been dealing with a puppy not feeling well, so this week has been a really busy week. I've had appointments and then just haven't been in my room a lot, and I'm kind of feeling that tonight. All right, I have laid down our 4 strips of Designer Series paper. I have already cut out a die cut, And I have that die cut out from the Nestled Essential Dies. Sometimes I will die cut just to show you because I feel like it's a little easier for to make our videos go a little faster, so we're not here for a long time. Because I really truly truly value your time and joining me. So I used the second biggest one for this. So we are actually going to stamp our green in Early Espresso. Donna, can you please let me know, or if anyone else is watching, if this is better for you guys, view-wise, let me know. All right, so we are going to use the green that says, your friendship means the world to me, and I truly believe that. The friendships that I have met through Stampin' Up! Is priceless. I often think, wow, I didn't know you before Stampin' Up! And I often think, that is crazy. And I've met some of my best friends through this. All right, so inking it up in Early Espresso. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, this is very important. Important news, hot off the press. Starting tomorrow, which is September 18th, for 24 hours, Stampin' Up! Is having a sale on stamps and stamp tools, clear blocks. 15% off. So now would be a great time to check, like, hey, what kind of stamps do I want to add to my collection? And then you can purchase them. I know there's a few that I'm eyeing up. Maybe this is one of them. Now the bundle wouldn't be a part of it. It would just be the stamp set. All right, I have our Early Espresso twine, and I like to do what I call is like a loop-de-loop. You know that song, what's the loop? So here, I just want to try to twist this there and that. So I kind of like to put like a little bit of adhesive, and then I do like a loop-de-loop. I'll just bring in my scissors that I have for that. And now we're going to bring in some dimensionals. So I am using dimensionals that, where are my other scissors? Oh, here they are. That are all done now. So what I do is save the edges. So you can see, like, I have one sitting here. Pull that out. And then there's one here. And then I like to use the edges because then I can just do what the ones I like to do. Oh, and also this is a great way to hold your pieces in. All right, so let's go. I think I should put one up here at the top. Let's go ahead and adhere this down. Oh, my puppy is now gone upstairs. I think we'll be good. All right, welcome to those that are joining me tonight. I truly appreciate you taking time out of your evening or day to watch. If you're here, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. I always love to connect with my friends around the world. All right, so there is our first card featuring the Gathering Moments. Oh, and I actually show you my sample. The Gathering Moments bundle and the gorgeous Gathering Together specialty paper. So there's, this shows you the difference. So that's card number 1. What do you guys think? Do you love the colors? I just love this paper. This paper is gorgeous. Like, you can really see the shine when I tilt it in different ways. I think it's just like so nice. Okay, so there's that one. The next card we're going to do is, actually we're going to do this card first, and then we'll go into all of our embossing and stuff. All right, so this card I actually cased from our concept artist. They do an amazing job with a Stampin' Up! Product, and so when I sit down to create a project, I always think, what did the Stampin' Up! Concept artist do? I would go look for inspiration. Then I will always go look for a sketch challenge. So this card that I just made was made from a sketch. And then I usually try to search Pinterest for some ideas. And then usually after that I can create. So here is the card that I cased from the concept artist. It's a really beautiful one. We're going to show you how to do that little bit of embossing and a little bit of sanding with our two-tone cardstock. So this is a card we're going to make tonight. Right now I'm going to pull that over to our side. And we're going to bring it in. These colors are Crumb Cake, Early Espresso with Cajun Craze. As I said, I pulled those colors right from our the Designer Series paper pack. And that's the one thing I really truly love about Stampin' Up! I love that I can pick a pattern paper. I can go to cardstock, I can go to ink, I can go to twine, I can go to ribbon, and I can go to embellishments, and everything coordinates. There's no real guessing out of that. All right, I have a piece of early espresso, so we're gonna go ahead and put that down. And then I have a piece of that gorgeous Designer Series paper, and we're just using this plaid size here, and I'm gonna go up and down with that. Oops, right like that. Now, I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to bring in my big Stampin' Cut, so because we're gonna do a little bit of embossing. So when we're using the big embossing folders, we truly do need to use the big Stampin' Cut. So let me introduce you to the big Stampin' Cut machine. I call this the Big Boss. This is the one that I bring in to do all the big jobs. These are the ones that you use for your big embossing folders, your bigger dies and things like that. We also do have a mini one, and I tend to use that sometimes when I'm just die cutting. I'm going to bring in that big Gathering Leaves embossing folder. And as you can see, this is kind of a directional embossing folder, which means it goes up and down. So we want to really make sure that we have that. Oh, and before I do this, I need to, where's my card? I need to cut out a leaf, so we should probably do that first, Dan. All right, so let's cut out a leaf first. Let's back the step up. I got ahead of myself. I was so excited. I wanted to show you the embossing folder. All right. We have that Cajun Craze two-tone cardstock. So there's the light, there's the dark. We're going to put that down. We're going to bring in the big embossing, the big die, the leaf die. You want to say this is a maple leaf. Oh my gosh, the trees around here are starting to turn colors, and the maple leaves are dropping acorns like crazy. The kids always come on the yard and they show me them. And then they have pockets filled with them. All right, so I've cut that out, and as you can see, it has created a beautiful big leaf. When I first saw this suite, I think what I fell in love most was with the paper and the big leaves. I think you can do a lot with these. All right, so let's now take this away, and we're going to bring in an embossing folder. And I'm going to make sure that I put my leaf up and down because I want it to go that way with the direction, and we're going to put it in. When you're using our big embossing folders, you're going to use plate 1 and plate 4, and you're going to run it through. Okay, so here we go. There's what that looks like. So let's just pull this off to the side. We will need it for our next project. Oh, sorry, my chair is squeaky tonight. All right, I'm going to bring in some sanding paper, and we're just going to sand that two-tone cardstock. This is my favorite way to use this two-tone cardstock. I love embossing and sanding. And I tell you, the embossing folders that Stampin' Up is coming out with are like out of this world. I truly, truly love them. Okay, so there's that. I'm happy with that. I really, really like it. So that is what that looks like. Now we're going to bring in our rest of our cards. So I'll bring back in that card so you can see what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and adhere this down. And we're going to put it like kind of on a little bit on a tilt. Now we're going to bring in our leaves. So I have already die cut and stamped just because, like I said, it would take us a long time. So this leaf, as you can see, has that little bit of deep, more like that distinct. So one side kind of looks like a wash and the other one. This is done in Old Olive. This one is done in Crushed Curry. This is another leaf. I really like this one, and I've done this one Cajun Craze. And then I did a little acorn, and I did it in Crumb Cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and I think we're going to cut out a mushroom. I left some things for us to do. We're going to put that down there. We're going to go ahead and put down our little leaf here. Just kind of out like that. We're going to bring in our big Cajun here. And actually, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for a minute. What I wanna do is I wanna stamp our greeting. We are going to use the greeting that says many thanks, and we're gonna stamp that in early espresso. Sorry. We already have kids off in our schools, like going home not feeling well. I'm like, no, I can't get sick. So I'm really trying to take care of myself. So many germs, especially the little ones. All right, I am going to stamp many thanks, and I want to make sure that I come more to the left with my words than to, more to my right than to my left. So I have that there. All right. And we're gonna put that out away. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to just do a little chop here with my scissors because I kind of wanna, there, and then here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and adhere that down. We're gonna put that like that. All right, now I'm going to bring in this little acorn, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in some of that old olive old olive baker twine. Oh mamma mia, I can't talk tonight. I said it was a day. That's okay. Everything is calm in my world right now because I'm crafting with my friends. All right, so we're just making like another loop-de-loop here, like that, and we're going to bring in a paw dimensional. And we're going to pop that up. Now, let's leave one card. So on one card, I put, oh, I forgot the little cute dots. I feel like embellishments are like the final thing that you're going to put on your card. And I almost kind of compare it to like you're getting ready to go out and you're adding all your like your rings, your jewelry, it's kind of like that, right? So these are the last things we want to put on our card. And I do truly think they make our card. All right, so as I said, these are the Cajun Craze and gold dots, and they come in 3 different sizes, and you get 180. These are in our September online exclusives. So online exclusives, they are around for as long as they sell. So as they keep selling, they will be around. And if they don't, then, and obviously seasonal stuff will go. But for now, they're available, and I would highly recommend adding them to your collection. All right, so on this card, we added a little mushroom, and I decided not to put it on this card because I wanted to show you the difference. I moved this down here and popped it up. And then there is our second card for our class tonight. What do you guys think? Do you guys like? I think it's so cute. Okay, let's go on to our third card. Our third card was another sketch. I have a team member on my team, and every Monday she posts a Monday motivation sketch. Or Monday challenge sketch. And it could be a color challenge, it could be a sketch challenge. So I always try to like to do them. And then I like to show my team because I think it's a great way for us to get into our craft room. So this sketch was, it showed like the card base and then these 3 layers and this. And I thought, let's add one step, and we're going to add in the boss layer. So this is the one we're going to make tonight. We are going to put our our materials aside because I'm going to bring in that big Stampin' Cut emboss machine again. We're going to emboss our embossing folder. We're going to emboss our paper. So once again, we are using basic beige, and that is a color that I picked because it coordinated with the designer series paper. All right, so once again, I'm making sure my leaves are going up and down because that is the way that the paper is going to go. We're going to put it into our Stampin' Cut emboss, and we're going to run it through. Okay. We're going to move this off to the side. Sometimes I feel like we should almost have an assistant sitting beside us and they can hand us all our stuff. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so there is our paper. Now let's bring back in the card so you can see, and then we're going to bring in the rest of the supplies we need. So card base is basic beige. As I said to you, that is a color that is in there. It's a nice light color. A little lighter than, a little darker than Very Vanilla, but a little lighter than Crumb Cake. So it's a nice offering to our collection. It's part of our neutrals. Okay, so here we have that. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to put this piece down here first. And we want to make sure that this goes this way. And then I'm going to add the brown. And then we're going to add this one. And we're going to kind of overlap this one a little bit. All right, now I forgot we didn't grab a thing. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And I'm going to bring, actually over here, we need to do a little bit of a die cut out. So let's bring this back in. I thought I did that. Okay, so we're gonna bring back in our cutting tools. We are using the stylish shape dies, which you know if you follow me, whether you follow me on Facebook or follow me over on YouTube, you will know, or on my blog, you know that these are my top #1 dies. I use them all the time. We are going to use the large stylish shape circle to create a circle for our focal point. So let's roll that through. And we're gonna pull that off. Make sure you take this out because sometimes we just throw this in the garbage and guess what? We would be missing a die. So please make sure you do that. Don't ask me how I know because I've had to go search the garbage can looking for things. Or like if a die drops on the floor. It's not fun. All right, let's bring that card back in so you can see. We have a few little pieces. Oh, and I forgot, we're gonna do a little bit of stamping. Okay, so on this one, we're going to use the greeting that says, expressing heartfelt gratitude. And we're going to just stamp that in early espresso. And we're gonna stamp that. I'm gonna put this up over here, bring in my ink pad so you can see. And we're gonna stamp it up to the top. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'll close that up. We're gonna put this away. And actually we're gonna stamp for a minute. Actually we're gonna stamp. Let's bring this in. I'm gonna bring in a little piece of paper here. And we're gonna stamp the little acorn. I think the acorn is so cute. It's so tiny and just so cute. Oh, I need a bigger block. So as I said, if you're scrolling through, welcome to our YouTube live stream. We are showcasing the Gathering Moments bundle and the gorgeous Gathering Together specialty paper. All right, so we have that little one there. And I'm actually just gonna go grab my little mini cutter because it makes it much easier. Okay, all right. We're gonna put that in. So we're gonna bring that in there. We're gonna grab the dies. Grab the little acorn. Now, I like to use Post-it note just to hold my dies in place. That way they don't really slip on you and then you get frustrated. So that's just a tip that I use. Some people use washi tape. You just want to make sure that, it doesn't rip your paper. Okay, so we've done that. So let me move this out of the way. I feel like we might need it in a minute. Pull off that washi tape and stick it on my light. Put this here. Make sure you put that die back on your thing. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish our card. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a swag of leaves. So here's one. Here's another. Make sure, sorry, I was making sure I'm in the view here with you guys. And then we're going to kind of put another one down. Just kind of like that. I'm going to pop up the acorn. The little, oh, that's too big. let's put that back. Let's do a smaller one. All right. And we're going to adhere that like that. Now I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I'm going to cut some more of these off my thing. That. I'll pull those off. I will upload this video. Like I said, I'm a little bit behind on posting to my blog this week. It has been like a crazy week. I said to my daughter, oh my gosh, it's been a busy week. Like I haven't really been in my stamp room. She's like, Mom, you're doing the best you can. So please bear with me. I will get all those posted. I'm probably gonna work in my room a little bit after tonight. It's just one of those weeks where everything is kind of crazy. I do find like when I come home from work and I have errands, or that just adds to the craziness of my evenings by the time I make supper and everything. So bear with me as I find my footing as I just back to work. All right, I made a bow with the twine. Isn't that twine cute? Now we're gonna bring back in those beautiful Cajun dots, and let's add some of those dots to, oops, here we go, our card, because I think they're beautiful dots. And I like to do in threes, and they always say you should put them in like a triangle, so that helps draw the eyes around to your focal point. And there is our card number 3, featuring the Gathering Moments stamp set and the gorgeous Gathering Together specialty paper. Isn't that beautiful? This would be a nice card to give to our family and friends on Thanksgiving. So here in Canada, our Thanksgiving is actually in October, where I know my American friends, they don't celebrate till like November. Or you could just, like, maybe someone did something nice for you, you know? Imagine going through drive-thru and you ordered yourself a coffee and you hand this to somebody. Wouldn't that really brighten their day? We need to brighten the world these days. All right, so I'm saving our last card. This is a fun fold, and I actually got this idea off of my friend Jackie Bullhighs. She is Clomper Stamper in the US. So I'm excited to share this card with you. So we are going to open the card like that. Isn't that kind of fun? Just like that. So let's build this card, and I'm actually going to put my measurements here on the side. So I have a piece of designer series, a piece of cardstock. It's that basic beige again, and I'm going to score it at 2 inches. And like I said, all these measurements you will get in the PDF, and it's 3 3/4. And if you have missed one of my past classes, you can head to my blog, which is www.stampwithan, and you will find all my past classes. All right, so there's that. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. Lori says, this is great, sweet to work with. Cards are great. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for joining tonight. Okay, we're gonna do some folding. I'm just going to fold all of our fold lines here. And now I really have to like look at how I did this. Okay, so this, I'm just gonna, so you can see how it kind of stands up like that, right? So we're just gonna go like this and adhere all these down. All right, so this is going to go, this is going to go in like this. This is going to go in like this. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of making like a, you can see it like a little book, right? So it's going to go like that. We're going to make sure we really crease those lines, because that helps create makes our paper stay flat. Okay, so I have a piece of cardstock. It's basic white. It's going to go on the inside. Sometimes I stamp on the inside and sometimes I don't, because I do sell my cards at work, and a lot of my coworkers like to write their own little messages, so sometimes I don't. We have 2 strips of patterned paper, and that's that specialty paper. So we've used this side already tonight. We're going to use the opposite side, and we're just gonna hear those down. Okay, and as I said, I think this is called, I don't even know if there was a name for this, but I did see it from my friend Jackie. So shout out to my friend Jackie, Clomper Stampers. Thank you for the inspiration on this fun fold. I think fun folds are fun. You know what? I never used to do fun folds because I always thought they were hard to do. But they're not hard to do. They're easy to do. Okay. We have, so you can see what we are going to do now is we're going to create this panel. And you can tell that I haven't glued the panel down, because if I glued the panel down, guess what? My card is going to be glued down. So we're only going to put it on one side. So we're going to work with that. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. So let's do that. All right. And then we are going to build upper elements. So I am going to put this off to the side, and I'm going to put this off to the side because we're going to create with our, we're going to do some die cutting. So first of all, I need to grab a piece of basic white. Okay, so here's our basic white. And we are bringing back in those stylish shape dies. And we are using, I think it's the second largest. Yes, the second largest. So let's go ahead and cut that out first. Okay, so there is the dies. I put that back on my magnetic sheets, and we'll put that in here. I'll put that there. Now, where did my die? Where did my thing go? Oh my gosh, like literally. Oh, here it is. I was like, where did it go? All right, so we're going to bring in that Cajun paper again, and we're going to use the Gathering Moment dies. So we're going to use this big one right here. So let's go ahead. We're going to emboss that one. First, we're going to cut it, and then we're going to emboss it. So let's do that. And I'm going to show you, like I said, you can do some stitching with this. So if you're looking for more inspiration, because you're like, Anne, I really like this, but I do want to see more ideas, go to Pinterest and type this in, because you get tons and tons of ideas with it. All right, so there is our, look at that fun shape. Isn't that a fun leaf? We're going to emboss this now with the embossing folder. So let's move out of this. This would actually be fun too. You could use the negative side, and you could use some like maybe sponging with it. So these are always a great idea. You can keep this, and you can also use it as a negative side and put pattern paper behind it. There's lots you can do. So I'm actually going to put that in my bin because I think I might try that out. Okay, so let's bring back in this embossing folder. And we're going to go here. And here's this. Oh my goodness. All right, move this. I'm going to move this out of my way. And I move these out of my way. I'm not using this. Bring in this embossing leaf. So there's that. And let's bring back in our card just so you can see what we're working on here. I'm going to just put this off to the side. I'm going to bring back in my little sanding block. Sandpaper. I need to get a sanding block. Just like this. Just like that. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to build our focal point. So let's bring back in, where did that go? Right here. We're going to go lay this down, and I'm going to lay it a little bit on a diagonal. Just like this. We're going to bring in our circle die. And I'm actually just going to put this off to the side for a minute so I don't like get ink on it. We're going to bring back in our espresso. And when I try to do classes or classes to go, I try to stick with like limited, not limited, but I don't want to like have you using multiple stamps, ink pads, because that's a lot, right? So I try to make sure I say that. We are using the one that says expressing heartfelt gratitude. Like I said, this would be a fun card to give to a family friend or a coworker or to a team member or to a customer. Just let someone know that you're thinking of them. Okay, let's put that away. All right, so let's put this away. I think we might have everything. I'm not sure. Now I gotta find my pieces because they all fell off my thing here. Where did they go? Oh, they're all over here. Okay, so let me show you, as I showed you with these dies, you can do a die cut and then you can use the stitching. So if you use this die here and this, it will create these little holes, and then you could take one of our you could take a sewing needle and then thread it, and then what you would get would be these like stitched look, and it would look like the veins on a leaf. I think that is a really fun idea. So that's the Gathering Moments dies, and there's this that to show you. So you can see the difference. Like you can emboss in sand, or you can use the little holder to do it that way. Either way, it's a great way. All right, we are going to build up our leaves, and as I said, I've already stamped them. So we're going to do it here. So actually, I think I'm going to do it here. We have our, right here. We have our green ones. So this one was stamped in Old Olive. This one was stamped in Crushed Curry. So like that. This one was kind of stamped, another one in Crushed Curry, and I'm actually just going to put a glue dot on that so I can slide it underneath. Here like this. I lift it up. Okay, just like that. Then I have one done in Cajun Craze. So these are great fall colors. Crushed Curry, Cajun Craze, Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie. Like those are great colors to use for fall projects, because you would see those colors out. This is just like a little, I think it's like a little berry. So I just did that in Cajun Craze. And I've got glue dots stuck to me. Yeah, it's a crazy mess tonight. All right, there we go. And we're going to pop up our little acorn. So my acorn this time was stamped in crumb cake. And I'm just going to find my scissors here and do like a little one here. All right. And I'm gonna put that there. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and adhere this down. I didn't want to pop this up because I didn't want to have too much dimension for our project. I'm gonna kind of come down a little bit because I want to be able to show that leaf behind. Now, we're ready to put this onto our project. Now, remember, we don't want to put tape on both sides, because guess what would happen? We wouldn't be able to open up our thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay it down, and I'm gonna use my thumbs to guide me on this. So if I put this down here like this, I'll just show you. Kind of be like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna put it here, flip it over, and know that this is the side that I want my tape to go on. We're gonna bring it back down, and I'm just gonna close the flaps, put it down like this, and now when it opens, it will open like that. How fun is that? Okay, this is the fun thing about fun full cards. When someone opens the card, they're just gonna go like this because it's just so much fun. Let's finish our project here. We have to bring in some twine. So let me just do that here. Fine for a minute. We are going to use Early Espresso twine. If you're a fan of our twine, you're definitely gonna wanna add this to your collection. I honestly would stock up because Old Olive, you can use Old Olive and you can use Early Espresso for Christmas. They would be beautiful colors. Okay. Just like that. So I just kind of like, as if, oh, I got glue stuck on my finger. Like as if I'm tying my shoes. I just kind of play around with it till I get the spot that I like. Then bring in my scissors and cut just a little piece off. When I first started with Stampin' Up, I never really knew this tip. I would just cut off a piece of twine. Like I would just be like, yeah, and I would cut it, and I would waste so much twine and ribbon because I didn't have enough to make my bows. So now I always make my bows on the spool because I find I don't waste as much as I normally would. Just a little tip in case you're starting out, because I didn't know that either until someone shared with me, and I was like, that's brilliant. Now I'm not going to waste as much. All right, picking up our glue dots. So our glue dots are on this side. So I'm just going to put my glue dot down. And we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to bring in our little embellishments again. So we're going to do 2 up top here. And 1 down here. Right like that. Okay, so let's move this out of the side. And there you go. There is our fancy fold card featuring the Gathering Moments bundle and the gorgeous Gathering Together specialty paper, designer series paper. So this is card. Let's bring all of our cards in and show them what we made. So I'm actually just going to try to like maybe go like this so you guys can see. So there's card number 4. Here's card number 3. Here's card number 2. And here's, I'm actually just going to probably pile them on top of each other. I'm going to put this one down because I feel like that's got more of a spring to it. And here's card number 1. So let's do a quick recap. I always like to recap at the end of our videos. So first of all, we used the Gathering Moments bundle and the Gathering Together Specialty Designer Series paper, which is part of the Gathering Together suite. That is a mouthful. We made 4 cards. This video will obviously be here on YouTube, and then I'm going to add it over on my Facebook page, and I will also add it to my blog. And then if you place an order with me between Monday, September, what date was it? The 14th, I want to think it was, to Sunday. So Monday to Sunday, the 21st, I will send you the supplies to make these 4 cards. You will get all the die cutting, all the embossed. The only thing I can't do is stamp your images. So you can either purchase the Gathering Moments bundle like I have used, or you can use something that you have in your own stash. Whatever works for you, because I know we all have budgets. So if you want just the paper and use your own product, that works too. All right, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you're watching on the replay, please let me know where you're watching from. As I said, this is only my 4th time going live, and I'm still working out the tweaks. They will come as I go. And I also want to make sure the link will be underneath this video. Make sure you sign up for my newsletters, because you guys are the first to find out what is happening in my stamp studio. You're the first ones to find out what my product of the week is for the week. And every Sunday I give you a recap email that shows you the projects we made along with the link to the video. So you don't have to go search everything. I don't know about you, but I like sometimes find something I like and I never save it, and then try to go back and find it is like impossible in the world of social media. So that is why I like to send you guys a newsletter with all the links. All right, everyone, I appreciate you stopping by tonight and joining me, or in the morning, whenever you're watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous week, fabulous weekend, and I will be back. I'm not sure what the schedule is going to look like this week, for next week. I do have a very busy weekend, but I will let you know in my newsletter, so you're going to want to make sure you join. All right, everyone, thanks so much for tonight or watching on the replay, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye, everyone.